celebrating 17 years of possibility. Pilot Flying J and Halloran Hilton Hill present Anything is Possible. Today's guest, Yassin Terou, Part 1.
If ever there was a story of possibility, this is it. He's so well known for his food that people believe it's your last name.
Yes.
Yassin Falafel.
Yassin Falafel. Yes.
Welcome to Anything is Possible.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You sure do smile and laugh a lot. Why?
Because life is beautiful. Life deserves a smile and laugh, because we have enough problem to think about it and be sad, but it's better to have a solution with love and smile.
You know, that's really tremendous coming from you, knowing a little bit of your story. Take me back to Syria and take me back to Syria and then ending up here.
So I born and raised in Syria, and I started traveling when I was 25 years old. I went to Spain, come back to Syria. Unfortunately, what's happening in Syria, everybody know.
What happened?
The revolution. People start asking for change, and after that, unfortunately, this revolution started to be a civil war. And after that, now is a world war. It's like everybody involved. That paradise, the Syrian paradise, turned to a very bad place now. People without houses, people were in the street, people hungry. 500,000 people been killed or arrested. So, unfortunately, the paradise got destroyed.
So, prior to that, you loved growing up in Syria.
Sure, Syria was one of the best places to be. A lot of love between different people. We don't care what you believe. We always like us, one family, Christian, Muslim, whatever you believe, what wasn't matter before. Now, unfortunately, people fighting against what they believe, what they've been growing with.
So you had to leave.
We had to leave and never come back for now almost 10 years.
So do you remember when you left?
It was last visit was in 2011. 2011 when it started the things there in Syria.
So you leave the country that you were born and raised in.
Yes, sir.
And the paradise is gone.
The paradise is gone. Leaving the family there. My father is still there. My sisters are still there.
How are they?
They doing good. Is like, I don't know how we can consider good, because all what happened is around them, like 10 minutes from our house, what's happening in Yarmouk camp, or what's happening in Ghouta, or what's happening in around Damascus. It's like they can see everything in their eyes. So if this is considered good, they doing it.
So did you come straight to Knoxville?
I come straight to Knoxville.
How did you end up? Of all the places in the country to be, how'd you end up in Knoxville?
I consider myself as a very lucky person to be in Knoxville. So we was looking in an area to not be very expensive, because we come here with a 10,000 loan. We had to loan our ticket. We had to loan money to buy our ticket, to loan money to get the first month's rent to start. So we take a loan from someone to come here. So we was considering somewhere not very expensive. Some places welcoming and not very cold. So it's like Knoxville was the best choice for us to be here.
I understand that you show up, first of all, you're struggling with the language. You don't have any employment.
I'm still doing. I'm still struggling.
You don't have any place to live. You don't have work. And you end up going to the local mosque here, and you're there.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about the first time you walked into the Knoxville Mosque.
So the Knoxville Mosque is a whole story by themselves. It's like I started looking for a mosque since I came here, and it took me 2 months to find it. When I start here, I come in and I lived in the Fort Sanders area, because it was a little bit cheap to find a studio there, and the mosque just was in the end of the street where I was living. But in Syria, we don't have a GPS. So it's like, take me 2 months to find where is the mosque, what is 3 minutes walking from my house. So it's like, okay, now we found the mosque. I want to start looking for a job because, as you say, I don't know the language. And when I was coming here, the first things I was going to Walmart with a big luggage to buy everything in one time, so I don't have to pay for the bus 2 times to go in the month to Walmart because I don't have enough money to go
Wow.
2 times in Walmart in the bus, not in the car. It was a dream to have a car. Just forgot about it. So one time when I was in Walmart, one of the girls, she was doing research about like homelesses and stuff like this. And I am coming with a big luggage. I'm proud of it. And she's come to me and like ask me if I'm a homeless. And I'm very straightwise like, yes. And I wasn't. She's like, are you homeless? And she started like asking me question. And I start, okay, yes. And the person who was with me is like, no, don't say yes. You're not a homeless. You don't know what I'm saying. I was like, since first, I learned yes, not always the answer. So after that, going to the mosque, start looking for a job because I'm a person. Our Syrian people in general, immigrants, when we come, we want to have a life. We want to have a work. We don't want to stay home and get like help. I'm one of them, of many who we believe in that. So
why don't we take a break right here, because as we launch into this part of your story, this becomes really amazing. Wait until you hear the rest of his story. This is Yasin, and his last name is his restaurant, Falafel. More in a moment.
Possibility powered by Pilot Flying J, Covenant Health, Home Federal, and the Knoxville News Sentinel. Coming up.
One of my friends who's Nadeem,
Yeah.
he come to me and it's like, man, why you don't open a restaurant? It's like, very easy answer, because I don't have the money. I would love to.
What a story of possibility, Yasin Falafel. That's not your real last name, but you take it as your last name now, don't you?
Yes, I take it and I love it.
So we were talking about coming to, and welcome back to Anything is Possible. We were talking about coming to Knoxville. It was the right place for the right price. You got $10,000 that you've borrowed to start a new life in America. You're so poor, in fact, you can't afford 2 bus rides to Walmart. So you take your suitcase with you and pack it full because you only get 1 trip a month.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So you go to the local mosque and you are embraced by your spiritual family. They're like, Yasin, we'll look out for you. We'll help you. And you're like, whoa. As a Syrian man, I don't want handouts. I want to work. I want to earn my money. And I think, was it Shadab?
No, actually not Shadab. It's Nadeem.
Yeah. One of your friends there says, you can, but you offered, I think if I remember correctly in my research, you said, can I sell sandwiches?
Exactly.
Yeah. Where'd that come from? Were you doing that in Syria? How did you even know how to do that?
No, actually, I wasn't doing that in Syria. I started working in restaurant when I traveled to Spain. I lived 2 years in Spain and started doing some restaurant. And when I come here, I went to Michigan. I went around to see the United States, like how it looks like, the market and stuff for food. And I saw like people, this what sometimes they do. So I was like, okay, let's do that here instead of like sitting home and receive help and food every month. So I was like, okay, let me do this and I will take care of myself and maybe even help my community in the future instead of taking help from the community.
Wow. So you started selling sandwiches at the mosque.
I started selling sandwiches and it's like maybe 5 or 7 sandwiches a day. When I start, like sometimes I sell like only 3, sometimes the max number was 20 sandwich, and was like, it's not about making money only, it's like about making yourself and value in this life. It's not about the money, how much we make. So it's like that gave me the hope, that gave me the love, that gave me the dream, being there and starting something I love.
So how did we get from there to opening a restaurant, a very popular restaurant, I might add?
I think it was the hope and the love of work, the love of doing something what take me here. and the great community who I got around. So I think all together got us to the Yassin Falafel house now.
All right. So how'd you start? Who helped you get started? Get a lease, get a cash register, get supplies. How do you do that?
So we start at the mosque, as I told you, start selling 5, 7 sandwich, max 20. And what interesting, we had a lot of people who's non-Muslim, they start coming after the prayer to take their sandwiches. So it's like, just say you are one of our Muslim community, you take some sandwiches after the prayer to your friend at the work. These people like the sandwich, they doesn't come to pray, they come to take the sandwich. So it's like, we got a little bit popular. And after that, I got one of my friends who's Nadeem.
Yeah.
He come to me and it's like, man, why you don't open a restaurant? It's like, very easy answer, because I don't have the money. I would love to, you know. If you ask me, I would love to. So it's like, I don't have the money. He has an empty store, was in his building in downtown. And he's like, okay, let's start doing it. Let's start go there. So I went to the health department asking what is required, because plus I don't have no idea. In Syria, you go and open a restaurant and nobody tell you what you're doing. So it's like we went there. I asked them what they want. They want me to cook in a commercial kitchen, not at home. They want like some requirement to be at the restaurant. And you know, when I open it, they were thinking this is like just a small thing. Let him do it, you know. So they give me like a catering selling point when you just can cook somewhere and come and sell the sandwich. So I did that. I was renting someone else's kitchen, and in the morning go cook in his kitchen and bring the food to the area in Walnut Building. Little by little, with 2 plastic table, our whole budget was $1,500. Two plastic table, a square register. What I really love is to start with me. So this was how we started. Start selling sandwich, and the thing got popular, and the health department come and shut us off because like I think they are right about it, because like when they give me the permission to do this, they wasn't thinking we will have a line from our table to the door. They come here, it's like, you are a real restaurant, you can't make your food in somewhere, you need to make it in a restaurant. And that way is like, okay, let's get the dream real.
So you just go for it.
We go for it, and I'm still going for it. Every day, I'm still doesn't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. But I have to work. I have to get out of my house. I have to open my door, and waiting for what happening tomorrow.
You're just bristling with enthusiasm and passion, and you are exemplary in your belief, your faith that something is possible.
Exactly.
In your language, how do you say anything is possible?
أي شيء ممكن.
And you believe that, don't you?
طبعا. Sorry, I start talking in Arabic. Sure, I believe in that. It's like, because if this is
where does that come from, though?
It's coming like, if I don't want to look everywhere, if all the great story around us, I will look just into myself. For someone who's coming from nothing, to have 2 restaurants, to have 30 people who working for him now, to have everything he dreamed about in reality. It's like to have a great people around me, that will give you like everything possible. It's like, you know, I don't have to look out to all the great story around us. If I look just what happened to me, that give me the faith and the belief.
One of the things that you've focused on with your restaurant is, you say it's a place where everybody's welcome. Why do you say that?
Because I think all the places should be the same. I think at some point I should not say that anymore, because it should be normal thing to everyone. I don't think it's like there is a reason for anybody to stop any people of what they want. I don't think it's like, I'm as a Muslim, I'm as a believer. I have my own things so I can do and not. It's like everybody else, but I don't focus on other people's business. I welcome them in my door and in my heart. That's my business. That's what I believe in. If you want to believe in something else, that's yours. I'm not gonna be in your situation in any time. So if you want to do something, this is you. And in the same times, as an immigrant or as a refugee who come here, and the people welcome him, the people give him love, I should give that love back to everyone. When I come here and the Knoxville community give me love, they doesn't ask me what I believe. They doesn't ask me who I am. They just give love, and I think I should give that love back.
Let's take a break. When we come back, I want to talk about your family. I saw a video of you with your kids in front of your house, and you just light up when you think about your family. I wish we had brought falafels this morning. So
If I know, I will.
This is Yassin. More in a moment on Anything is Possible.
Coming up,
I want to be a citizen, and I want to build this country. I want to protect it and keep it as the best place in the world.
Man, you've got 2 restaurants. You got 30 plus people working with you in your restaurants. I know you have a vision to take it around the world. You want Falafel House to be like Waffle House.
Yes. Yes.
Everywhere, right?
Yes.
So it's just great to see this possibility emerge. Talk a little bit about your family.
I have 2 beautiful kids, and I have my star, my wife. She's a big supporter to me. I have my daughters. One of them is an 8. She's 8 years old, and the other one is 2.5. She's a troublemaker. So they have 2 beautiful daughters, and we have a lot of fun and a lot of love together.
You know, this show is called Anything is Possible, all right? And at the core of possibility, the number one thing, the number one attribute that everyone that I've ever talked to that does anything, number one attribute is faith. The believing that something is possible. And I'm always trying to deconstruct and decode where that comes from. Where does your faith come from? Where does this thing inside of you that says, we can do this, I believe, where's that come from?
And given from my inside belief and what I believe from God. It's like
What do you believe from God?
God told us, like I'm a Muslim, God told us to go and work and do something, and everything can be possible. If you do your job, you will have it. If you, as a student, if you go and study, you will get the graduate. If you are a worker, you go to your work, you will get your money. If you are a businessman, go and open your door and everything right, you're going to get a great business. Everything possible when you do the job. You can't sit home and cry and say it's nothing possible. You have to do your homework, and you will get rewarded.
So you're teaching your children that as well.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So here's a question. Are you on a path? Do you want to be a citizen of the United States now?
Oh, for sure. I want to be a citizen, and I want to build this country. I want to protect it and keep it as the best place in the world.
So for a young person, maybe an immigrant to this country, maybe somebody who's starting with nothing, if Yasin was writing his recipe for success, somebody starting where you started or maybe even further down, what's the Yasin recipe for success?
Love and open-minded. Know people. Love this community. Don't come and be just in a box inside your house or inside your room. Get engaged, get learning these people, and make them learn about you. Don't be shy. It's okay if you don't speak the language. It's okay if you don't have enough money. You will have it. Focus on the big things. Like one of the things I think is make us different. We're not focusing on the money, even if we are like we have a very successful business as a business, and our business is bringing money. We fix it in the community. We fix it in our building ourselves and building our community. I think this is one of the special recipe. And don't be shy and scared of what's coming next. Just do hour by hour, or day by day, but do the right work, and everything is possible.
That is so strong. Just do hour by hour what is next. Do it right, and everything is possible. Is there somebody that encourages you, that inspires you? Is there a person in your life that you look to that's like when you need advice, is there a person you have like that?
Actually, I have a lot of these people, and actually this is what made Yasin, and this is what made Yasin Falafel House. I have a lot of good example here in Knoxville. I love Mayor Ruggiero, the first woman mayor in Tennessee, in Knoxville, sorry. I think she's a very inspired. And actually, I have a special story with her when I come here. It's like I told her that, and she was surprised. She doesn't even notice it. And that will show you, it's like a single act from any person who can change all your view of a country. So one time we was in a public event when I come here, and like for me, a mayor in Syria is a very, very big deal. You can't even be close. Like there is 20 people between you if they walk in the street. You can't even like talk to them or something. So she was sitting in a garden in the 4th of July, and this was the first time when I go there, and she was sitting in the ground playing with 2 Muslim girls. There was like 2 Muslim girls, she was playing with them. And when I come, it's like they told me this is a mayor. It's like, no way. She's a mayor, very humble, very inspired, all this stuff. So it's like, was very great for me to change the view of this country when I come in here and telling me this is like, they're not going to like you, they're not going to help you. So it's like, she's one of them. I have one of my friends who's were in Michigan. Unfortunately, he passed away, having cancer. She was a very inspiration for me because he did the same. He come here, work very hard, open 2 restaurants, even like he has a falafel manufacturer where he sell like a frozen falafel. So it's like this, all these people around me, they give me a great view of the world, and I learn from them a lot.
Well, I think you are a model of possibility, and thank you for being here on Anything is Possible.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
We'll see you next time.